here. Good morning. Please remain standing and join in the singing of America the Beautiful, performed by Fort Lewis College music students.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties, above the fruited plains. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
Thank you. You may be seated. Welcome. Welcome to the April 2017 commencement at Fort Lewis College. We are pleased that you chose to join us and honor this fine group of students who are earning their degrees and completing this term. I am Barbara Morris, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and I would like at this time to introduce members of the platform party. Please stand as your names are called. The audience should withhold its applause until all introductions are completed. Representing the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College, Mr. John Wells, Mr. Alan Hill, Ms. Diane Pachenko Van Voorhees, Dr. Michael Valdez, Faculty Representative, Mr. Connor Cafferty, Student Representative and President of the Student Body. Our commencement speaker, Mr. Kevin Gover, Director of the Smithsonian Institution's National Museum for the American Indian. Members of the Fort Lewis College Administration, Dr. Dean Thomas, President, Mr. Steve Schwartz, Vice President for Finance and Administration, Dr. Glenna Sexton, Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Maureen Brandon, Dean, School of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Paul McGurr, Interim Dean, School of Business Administration. Other members, Dr. David Blake, President, Faculty Senate, Dr. Marcy Young, presenter of the invocation. You may be seated. Let me recognize some important community members who are with us today. Dick White, Durango City Mayor. We have family from one of our honorees today, Samantha Huggins and Fergus Huggins. We have Alan Duke's family, Brian Duke, Amy Duke, Marguerite Duke, Evan Duke, Brianna Duke. We have David Guska, Joe Friends, and our first attendant, Jocelyn Frank, and our Ms. Hajoni, Natalie Salz. Many individuals and groups give much time and effort in making events like this run smoothly and successfully. I would like to thank some of those who deserve special recognition today. Mr. Mark Huber and the staff of Physical Plant Services, members of the West Wind Pipes and Drums, Professor Mark Walters and members of the Fort Lewis College Symphonic Band, the staff of the Registrar's Office, Student Affairs Office, President's Office, and the Office of Finance and Administration, staff of the Fort Lewis College Leadership Center, and a special thank you to Diane Jenkins for providing interpretive services. Please join me in thanking all these distinguished individuals. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Marcy Young, who will provide the commencement invocation.
Good morning, and graduates, congratulations. I am probably not the only one in this room today that still likes the feeling of having my own library of books. It is true that even in this world of digital books and social media, there are still some of us that love a real book. Weeks ago, I was sorting my books and reorganizing my library. Yes, my friends, it is a benefit of retirement. When I was struck by one book, a title that caught my eye and has been persistent in occupying my mind. The title, How Shall I Live My Life? Author Derek Jensen is referred to as the philosopher-poet of the environmental movement. He authored this series of interviews specifically about the perception of living one's life with the intention of liberating the earth from civilization. One of his interviewees recommends living a way of life that is rich with noticing, caring, remembering, and embracing. The reader is ultimately challenged to live consciously. Novelist Josh Jameson once said, "There comes a time when you have to choose between turning the page and closing the book." This commencement day seems a good day to turn the page, read more, and take inventory. So finally, as we all reframe the popular question of the day from "What are you going to do next?" to "How will you live your life?" please take with you this brief meditation. May I be filled with gratitude for this privilege of higher education. May I live a life that is not short-sighted, but does keep me mindful of the present. May I notice the goodness that comes from caring, remembering, and embracing. And may the next book title that interrupts me be another opportunity to notice. So be it. Good luck, graduates.
Welcome, parents, family, friends, Fort Lewis College faculty and staff, and most of all, welcome, class of 2017, to Fort Lewis College's spring commencement. This is it. You made it. For those of you who were here for fall commencement a few years ago, do you remember what you felt like when you were a freshman? I look at you now and I see capability, confidence, readiness to face whatever's next. It's a transformation. That's what's supposed to happen as you work your way to a college degree. And that is what Fort Lewis College is so good at doing. This is a place where you can bring your interests and turn them into lifetime pursuits and careers. A place where you can shape your future. How many of you had a professor who made a huge impact on your lives? How many of you enjoyed the opportunity to live, work, and learn alongside people of various backgrounds and cultures? How many of you have conquered a challenge that you couldn't figure out as a freshman? I hope so. I hope so. How many of you are adult students who juggled family and study and vacuuming? Yes, yes. How many of you were part of a student club? How many were Skyhawk athletes? How many performed in a college band or choir? How many are graduating in 4 years or less? 5 years. 6. I won't go beyond that. My point, here at Fort Lewis College, you've had the opportunity to be guided by amazing professors, to be part of a diverse student body, to be challenged in ways you had never imagined when you started here. And all that has added up to today. So, graduates, please stand and accept applause from those who love and honor you. If you look around, as you look around at those who applauded you, you'll see that you're surrounded by people who care about you and your future. These are people who are pleased for you, who have taught you, given you moral support, people who gave you life. All those people have helped you come this far. Now it's your turn, graduates, to applaud them. Please be seated. You are not the person you were when you arrived on campus. You are better. Now it is up to you to take that better self, smart, sensitive, patient, and kind, and live a remarkable life.
Good morning. My name is Alan Hill. On behalf of the members of the Fort Lewis College Board of Trustees, I would like to extend our welcome to faculty, administration, and staff, the family and friends of our graduates, and most importantly, our graduates. It really doesn't seem that long ago that I was sitting in this gym in cap and gown, waiting to walk across the stage, and frankly, not paying much attention to what was being said. I do remember being told that it was time to be an adult. That could have been scary, but I somehow felt well prepared to venture out. I know you are also very well prepared for your next steps. My Fort Lewis College education was second to none. I've always felt that I had an advantage having small classes and having professors who not only challenged me intellectually, but also challenged me to make a difference. You arrived here somewhat wide-eyed, and you leave with the maturity and tools to do anything you want. I believe you will always feel a close connection with the college, your friends, your professors, and with the city of Durango. You will be surprised how many people you run into with Fort Lewis connections, and you may be surprised that so many generations of alums had the same Fort Lewis experience as you did. I clearly have great pride in this institution. I hope as you go into the world that you will join me in singing the praises of Fort Lewis. We know this is another step in your journey, and we could not be more proud of you. Congratulations.
Good morning, graduates, family, and friends. My name is David Blake, and I'm the Faculty Senate President. On behalf of the entire faculty, I would like to congratulate you, the class of 2017, on successfully obtaining your bachelor's degree from Fort Lewis College. You have attained a tremendous life goal, and we are very proud of each and every one of you. During your educational journey at Fort Lewis, you have learned to think critically. This skill is important now more than ever, because as you know, there are facts, but there are also alternative facts. And you need to know the difference between the two. Last month, the Cook Political Report published a study that looked at congressional districts and how these districts voted in the last election. What was clear was that there was a geographic sorting of voters, which revealed itself as an increase in more like-minded people being concentrated in the same local areas. We now live near people who believe in what we believe in, more so now than in the last 20 years. Changing someone's mind, or even their perception, is one of the most difficult things to do in the world. In 2017, it is much harder to do now than ever before, since we live and interact predominantly with individuals who think as we think. The degree you are receiving today is not just a piece of paper, but a way of understanding the world, other people, their beliefs, and our history. As graduates of Fort Lewis College, I hope that in the future, you have the ability to change someone's mind or perspective in order to change the world. For example, attending Fort Lewis College has provided you with a liberal arts and professional education. However, this degree does not make you more liberal as graduates of Fort Lewis College in terms of political views, but rather enables you to think critically and logically about far-reaching topics that incorporate unique and diverse factors. You have worked hard academically. Many of you have worked to pay your own bills. You maybe have even taken care of a family member as you finish your degree. You may even be a first-generation college student. No matter what your journey, you are now a Fort Lewis College graduate. Therefore, if creating a diverse and inclusive community is important to you, then in the near future, you will confidently have open discussions about the importance of accepting different religious beliefs or try to address the complexity of gender and its perception in our society. If promoting Native American heritage and culture is your passion, then you may encourage challenging discussions with those who do not understand the importance of sacred tribal lands and its significance to our country. If promoting the tenets of science is your passion, then you will assist others in understanding the significance of well-established scientific theories and peer-reviewed studies. All of these discussions, led by you, our graduates, will promote respect and benefit society as a whole. Change someone's mind, and you may just change the world. Congratulations, graduates, and good luck.
Welcome to the best-looking graduating class Fort Lewis has ever seen, also known as the class of 2017. My name is Connor Cafferty, and until about 1 o'clock today, I'm the student body president at Fort Lewis College. I realized earlier this week it had been 5 years since I received my GED, and being someone who never graduated high school, I was never sure I'd stand on a stage such as this. But I, like many of you, had opportunities that I never saw coming. I used my challenges in life to improve myself, motivate me to do more, and connect with the world around me. I came to Fort Lewis and found my voice. It was a voice that at times I had lost, and I was inspired by each of you who I looked around me and saw were finding your voice too. Today you'll walk across this stage and become a college graduate, something only 7% of our world's population will ever get to say. Now it's time for you to go out and use your voice to improve the world around you. As I've gotten to know many of you over the past few years, I have an incredible amount of hope for the future you will have in the world you will create. Today represents the end of a journey, and it represents the beginning of a new journey. Though none of us know what tomorrow will hold, we have the power to live our best lives today. As you go on to do the great things you will accomplish with your lives, becoming the next generation of leaders, parents, travelers, and entrepreneurs, I hope you will hold true to the lessons you've learned and the values you have created thus far in life. I have been inspired by you every day of my experience at Fort Lewis College, and I hope as you move forward, you will continue to inspire the world around you. Congratulations and good luck.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, Mr. Kevin Gover. We are honored to have him with us today. Mr. Gover is the director of the Smithsonian Institution's National Museum of the American Indian and a citizen of the Pawnee Tribe of Oklahoma. He began as director in December 2007. He attended Princeton University, receiving his bachelor's degree in Public and International Affairs from the Woodrow Wilson School at Princeton in 1978. He then attended the University of New Mexico College of Law and received his Juris Doctorate degree in 1981. Following law school, Kevin established a small Native American-owned law firm that specialized in federal Indian law. Gover, Stetson, Williams, and West, PC, grew into the largest Indian-owned law firm in the country and represented tribes and tribal agencies in a dozen states. In 1997, Mr. Gover was nominated by President Clinton to serve as the Assistant Secretary for Indian Affairs in the United States Department of the Interior. As the senior executive of the Bureau of Indian Affairs, he won praise for his efforts to rebuild long-neglected Indian schools and expand tribal and BIA police forces throughout the country. In 2003, he joined the faculty at the Sandra Day O'Connor College of Law at Arizona State University and served on the faculty of the university's Indian Legal Program, one of the largest such in the country. It is my honor to present to you our speaker, Kevin Gover.
All right. Man, what a good-looking group. I'm talking about the folks in the bleachers, actually. Dr. Thomas, distinguished trustees, distinguished faculty and staff, families, friends, members of the class of 2017. I thank you for the honor of saying a few words on your special day. I ask for your sympathy as well. These speeches are the most difficult to give because I don't know you, you've certainly never heard of me, and yet I am the only thing standing between you and your degree. So bear with me. I will try to keep it short. One of the great things about working at a museum is no one seems to mind if you disappear down a rabbit hole occasionally. So when I was working on when I was asked to be your graduation speaker, I thought I should learn a little something about your college and its history. Now, I have been here before, and I do have a granddaughter who has already set her sights on being a member of the Fort Lewis College class of 2020-something. But it occurred to me that I did not know who Fort Lewis is named for. So down the rabbit hole I went. I sort of assumed it would be someone I'd heard of before, like Captain Meriwether Lewis of Lewis and Clark fame. But no, turns out the original Fort Lewis was named for William H. Lewis. He was an Alabaman, a West Pointer, and a colonel in the Union Army during the Civil War and thereafter. Bear with me if you already knew all this. Colonel Lewis fought for the Union in New Mexico against Texan Confederate forces at the Battle of Glorieta Pass and earned a citation for his conduct at the Battle of Peralta. The Union Army, interestingly, included a battalion of Colorado volunteers led by a Colonel John Shevington. 2.5 years after Glorieta Pass, Shevington would earn infamy for leading Colorado militia at the Sand Creek Massacre. Colonel Lewis, meanwhile, survived the Civil War, and in 1878 led a regiment that was assigned to pursue and capture a group of Cheyennes who had escaped from their reservation in Oklahoma in hopes of living instead with their Sioux allies to the north. Colonel Lewis's forces were successful in their mission, but Lewis himself died of wounds he received in an engagement with the Cheyennes. Now, there is no great biography of William Lewis, and near as I can tell, he never published a memoir. But we can conclude that he led a life of duty, service, and sacrifice. And unlike any of us here, he had both an Army fort and a college named after him, and that ain't bad. So speaking of meritorious service, I arrived in Durango a day early so I could meet yesterday with citizens of the Southern Ute and Mountain Ute tribes who are veterans of the Armed Forces of the United States. Our museum has been tasked by Congress with building a national Native American Veterans Memorial. In doing our research on this project, we've learned that 140,000 veterans, living veterans, identify themselves as American Indian and Alaska Natives. Natives in the 20th century served in greater numbers per capita than any other ethnic group. 44,000, for example, served in World War II, out of a total population of only 330,000, which means it was an extraordinary percentage of young Native men who served during World War II. Now, spending a lot of time with Native Americans across the country, Native American veterans across the country, has led me to ponder deeply my good fortune in being an American. Because the fact is, I did nothing to earn the privilege. Like most of us here, I'm an American because I happen to be born here. The rights and privileges I enjoy were earned for me by others. The right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, and the right to petition the government for the redress of grievances, the right to bear arms. These roll off our tongues like the lyrics of a well-known song. We all know our rights. We talk about our rights. We demand our rights. But we don't talk so much about our responsibilities, do we? We've taken pains to codify our rights, to make lists of them. But why haven't we codified our responsibilities? If you search for an official list of the responsibilities of citizenship in the United States, you find the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services website. Here are some of the responsibilities listed there. To stay informed of the issues affecting your community, to participate in the democratic process, to respect and obey federal, state, and local laws, to respect the rights, beliefs, and opinions of others, to participate in your local community, to pay income and other taxes honestly and on time to federal, state, and local authorities. Sorry about that one. To serve on a jury when called upon, to defend the country if the need should arise. Why aren't we expected to memorize these, as we have our list of rights? You know, every immigrant who seeks American citizenship is expected to know these responsibilities. And here is a troubling fact. On average, those who apply for and receive American citizenship know more about our country, its government, its laws, and its history than those of us born American. I was born during the presidency of Dwight Eisenhower. I'll let you do the math. The first president I remember, though, was John Kennedy, who famously urged us to ask not what our country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Next month will mark the 100th anniversary of the birth of our 35th president. President Kennedy also spoke of a new frontier, but the new frontier was not a bunch of promises. It was a set of challenges. He told us then that the new frontier, quote, holds out the promise of more sacrifice instead of more security, close quote. As part of the World War II generation, President Kennedy knew that the United States was and would continue to be the indispensable nation, a force for good without which the world could not prosper. We don't always get it right, but we remain indispensable. If you doubt that, Imagine for a moment how different and worse the world would be if Nazi Germany, Imperial Japan, or the Soviet Union had emerged as the world's only superpower. Now, you graduates are what the demographers are calling the millennials. Kind of good name, it's better than boomer. Consider this. In 2015, the number of voting age millennials surpassed the number of baby boomers. However, more boomers cast ballots in last year's election. Whether you approve or disapprove of our nation's political condition, it is now your generation's responsibility. We are living President Kennedy's new frontier, and your generation will soon be in charge. With that power comes the great responsibility of sustaining this indispensable nation. That is your inheritance, just as surely as all the rights and privileges that come with being an American. You have a responsibility to and for your community, your country, and the world. John Kennedy spoke of a long twilight struggle against the common enemies of man: tyranny, poverty, disease, and war itself. These enemies persist. It will soon be your turn to take the reins in the twilight struggle. It is your turn to make your communities, the United States, and the world more just, more peaceful, more inclusive, to preserve this earth and its extraordinary bounty for future generations. Bernard Shaw wrote, "This is the true joy in life, the being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one, the being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy." Shaw went on, "I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can." Now, this is an ideal, and one that many would say Shaw himself failed to meet. I would certainly say so. But I believe we should accept wisdom where we find it. We are all, after all, imperfect messengers of the truth. You have the great privilege of being Americans. I do hope that you will live lives of service and strive to make our union more perfect. And here's something important that I hope you know. We believe in you. We're counting on you to make a better world. We wish you the best. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Thank you, Mr. Gover, for those inspirational words. Each year, the Faculty Staff Awards Committee solicits nominations from the Fort Lewis College community and selects recipients for the highest honors the college bestows upon its employees. These awards will be presented officially at the employee recognition reception on Monday afternoon. Those winners are Dr. Eric Huggins, recipient of the Alice Admire Outstanding Teaching Award, Dr. Emily Hooton, recipient of the New Faculty Teaching Award, Ms. Tracy Piccoli, recipient of the Outstanding Staff Award, Dr. Kathy Hartney, recipient of the Kathy Wellborn Outstanding Teaching Award, and Dr. Cheryl Bird, recipient of the Roger Peters Distinguished Professor Award. Eric Huggins, will you please stand? Somewhere. There he is. So please, congratulations. Please join me in giving the winners all a round of applause. All the recipients of this year's awards are listed in the program with a biographical sketch of each. They represent the many fine and devoted college employees who make this a superb learning environment. Fort Lewis College faculty, please rise. Dr. Thomas, It is with great pleasure that I present to you, on behalf of the faculty, the graduating class of 2017. Now, will the candidates for graduation please stand? These students have completed the requirements for graduation and have been certified by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College for the following degrees: Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Sciences.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College, and upon verification that you have successfully completed your prescribed course of studies, I confer upon each of you the appropriate degree with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Faculty and graduates, you may be seated.
Congratulations. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty and administration, I would like to invite Evan Duke to the platform to receive the posthumous degree, Bachelor of Arts in Accounting, for his twin brother, Alan Duke. President Thomas will present the degree.
It was my honor to present Alan's framed diploma.
Thank you, President Thomas. We will now recognize our other graduates. As your name is called, please come forward that you may be greeted by President Thomas. Those graduating with institutional honors may be identified by their Fort Lewis College medallion on a blue and gold ribbon and gold mortarboard tassels. Honor graduates must have earned 60 hours in residence at Fort Lewis College and maintain the following GPAs. For cum laude honors, a cumulative grade point average of 3.6 to 3.74 for all the work undertaken. For magna cum laude honors, the GPA is 3.75 to 3.89, and for summa cum laude, it is 3.9 to 4.0. The John F. Reed Honors Program graduates will also be recognized. The first two graduates to be recognized are the student marshals, who have been chosen because they have the highest cumulative GPAs of this class. Following them, those receiving the Bachelor of Science degree or Bachelor of Arts degree will come forward for individual recognition in the order presented in the back of your commencement program. So that each graduate can receive the recognition deserved, I ask that you all bear with us throughout this process of individual recognition. Thank you.
Chelsea Ficken, summa cum laude. Tierra Schroeder, summa cum laude. Beth Barnes. Courtney A. Bread. Cody Robert Cupp, cum laude. Alexander Joseph DeLynn. William James Easley. Christian Jordan Gillen. Anna Marie Glenn. Michelle Gradina, cum laude. Kira Horn. Andy Michelle Lampert, summa cum laude. Haley Lyon, magna cum laude. William B. Morse, cum laude. Andrew Myers. Lindsay O'Field. Brianna Page Osvat. Tara Lindsay Parker. Lou Jack Riggs. Shay Rivers. Stephanie Kayla Skeets. Taylor Michelle Springs. Margaret Mary Vaness. Jacqueline Hope Anthony. Victoria Lee Barber, magna cum laude. Michaela A. Brown. Jessie Ruth Burns, cum laude. Hayden Bryce Ferguson. Samuel Grubitz. Jonathan S. Heinsohn. Andy Lynn Hummel. Grace Corinne Johnson. Keegan Thomas Jordan Matney, magna cum laude. Anna Elizabeth Giuliano. Haley Noel Kirkman, magna cum laude. Madeline Rose Kirshner. Max Lang, magna cum laude. Gage Madrid. Renan Doyle Maya. John Freddie Marks. Alex Stanley Marshall. Shannon McCardle. Campbell Morgan. Heidi O'Hara. Kayla Shaggy. Kara Sheehan. Hannah Rose Joseph, cum laude. Javen Lee Sosi. Chelsea Ubel. Leslie Van Court. Brandon Varland. Alicia Dean Young. Tony Marie Anderson. Felicia Arredondo Perez, cum laude. Brittany Bauman. Sarah Morning Sun Bison, cum laude. Ian R. Bragdon. Janelle Bronston. Connor Michael Cafferty, cum laude. Denver Audrey Clark. Marquise Coddington. Rebecca Page Krager. Jacob Michael Crosby. Benjamin Max Custer. Emily May Dell, summa cum laude. Natalie Elizabeth Diston. Mitchell Clark Donnelly. David Lee Frost. Keisha Green. Grant David Griner. Lauren Elaine Griner. Corey Paul Hernandez. Sky Holiday. Riley Houston. Davis N. Hoyt. William Pierce Hurchin. Chelsea Jean Jacobs. Caitlin James. Connor Robert Jans. Alexis Angel Capagna. Ryan Christopher Kinsey. Kelsey Kramer, cum laude. Tamino Kroger. Justin Paul Lopez. Timothy Mitchell MacArthur. Ryan Mahaffey. Caitlin Elizabeth Martin. Braden R. Maynard, magna cum laude. Gabe Malter. Rachel Overington. Shonda R. Paddock. Joseph Perko. Shelby Joe Phelps. Hayden Lyle Pike. Lindsay Taylor Roach, cum laude. Jack Cole Roberts. Alex Rodriguez. Natasha Rodriguez. James Robert Rott. Roland James Shakur. Lauren Jean Smith. Wendy Allison Smith, magna cum laude. Maya Lee St. Cyr. Justin Suko. Alex Sosi. Davidson H. Sosi. Matthew Wellborn. Shannon Minette Willie. Corey Witt. Justin B. Yazzie, magna cum laude. Kevin S. Atkinson. Michael Anthony Conway, magna cum laude. Ryan James Ivanyo. Nicholas Ringquist Gertz, magna cum laude. Noah John Jacobson. Grayson F. Youngren, summa cum laude. Brendan Christopher Carney. Ian Reese Morrison. Zane Thomas Perkins. Matthew Storm Perella. Albert Arnold Redpipe. Mason Shea, magna cum laude. Michael Sean Thomas. Elizabeth E. Benali. Kirby D. Bennett, cum laude. Emily Anita Cruz. Kendra Lee Dennis. Genevieve Marie Glowacki Geyer. Jonathan Montgomery Gentner. Shireen Pilar Gonzalez. Jared Green. Andrew John Lovell. Keenan Y. Malone. Christopher Lewis Manera. Meryl Catherine Ramsey, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Michelle Rennick. Emma Grace Smith, summa cum laude. Dedusa Stoffer. Canon M. Sullivan. J. Diamond Tolliman. Samuel D. Travis. Joanne Marie Yazzie. Westlyn Hannah Lee Bradford. Kevin Boleyn. Zachary Austin Caldwell. Ethan T. Cheney, magna cum laude. Matthew Fedosky. David B. Jim. Alex Meisner. Garrett Schwartzendruber, cum laude. Brianna Ashley Travell, summa cum laude. George Edward Usinovitz, magna cum laude. Clayton Mosby. Lindsay Castillo Dillieu. Cody Jean Christensen. Charles Benjamin Decker. Tristana Flores. Matthew Hassel. Tucker Quinn Houston. Lauren M. Mir Hashimi. David C. Patterson. Benjamin David Nathan Pritchard. Gentry Marie Rivera. Tyler Stanton Rice, cum laude. Garrett Sapakoff. Uh-oh. Break. Katricia Ray Sosi. Sam J. Vickery. Gracie Catherine Clark. Hannah Ray Howard, magna cum laude. Patrick Storin. Shishan Hinspark Wong. Vanessa Sue Cattleman.
Monica Crystal Mays.
Monica Crystal Mays.
Christina Louise Pasley.
Christina Louise Pasley. Nakomi Star Salcido.
Sean R. Conti.
Sean R. Conti, cum laude.
Alexandra Marie Lamb.
Alexandra Marie Lamb.
Justin Aaron No.
Justin Aaron No.
Rachel Diane Sill.
Rachel Diane Sill.
Raymond James Walker.
Raymond James Walker.
Colin Nelson Taylor.
Colin Nelson Taylor.
Justin Wynn.
Justin Wynn.
Garrett Ian Flicker.
Garrett Ian Flicker.
Ryan
Brian
Frolicker.
Frolicker.
Liam Mark Gillis.
Liam Mark Gillis.
Millie Mummery.
Millie Mummery, magna cum laude.
Mackenzie Ryan Purdue Corbin.
Mackenzie Ryan Purdue Corbin.
Jeremiah J. Skeet.
Jeremiah J. Skeet.
Lauren Elizabeth Watson.
Carly Megan Anderson.
Carly Megan Anderson. John F. Reed Honors.
Ferrari A. Arviso.
Ferrari A. Arviso. Shauna Lene Benali.
Krista Bontrager.
Jonathan Daniel Cannon.
Kiera Corey Damon.
Cesar Moriel. Taryn Alyssa Frey.
Samantha Ray Garcia.
Denali Young Gillen, summa cum laude. Lisa Gutt, greeted by her husband, Mark Gutt, manager of planning, design, and construction at Fort Lewis College Physical Plant Services.
Brianna Hoffmeister.
Dakota Slater Jackson. Kim Rhonda Jim. Sarab Khalsa. Jessica Reed Laskovitz. Taylor Lopez. Diana Marie Kelly. Michael K. Minkler.
Manuel Albert Meir, Jr. Sarah Moles, summa cum laude. John Alex Moya. Kenneth B. Norton. Ann Lee Perry. Jackson William Roberts, summa cum laude. Angelica Root. Michaela Danielle Smith. Kate Swazo. Pamela Yazi. Grace Anna May Anderson. Caleb Stephen Amillo. Annalisa Arthur, cum laude. Nolan Kane Bell. Francine Melissa Brown. Kelsey Leanne Gaskins. Ian Gerlach. Cheyenne Ironheart. Leonard Jones La Paz. Dalton Benjamin Lane. Matthew Samuela Roger Viami Mahe. Alexandra Moran Ayers. Pamela Lynn Morris. Chase Alexis Romero, magna cum laude. Adriana Renee Rostenhausler. Bridget Nicole Harless. Jose Antonio Herrera Castillo. Flynn Brittany Brady. Monique Lee Kyler. Leslie Jane Insell. Sarah Casimir. Haley Christine Macomb. Austin Menard. Ethan Motes. Catherine Rose Regan. Isabel Struess. Ashley Nicole Susan Williford, cum laude. Deanna K. Hutton. Daniel Turnage. Catherine Adeline Young.
President Thomas, this concludes today's recognition of graduates.
Bachelor's degrees candidates. Okay. Bachelor degree candidates, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations.
Now that you have earned recognition as a graduate and an alumnus of Fort Lewis College, let me introduce you to Ms. Shelley Plumsky, representing the Fort Lewis College alumni. Would the audience please be seated?
Well, congratulations. Students, I want you to take a moment and just take this all in. It's incredible. In the 15 years since I have graduated, the most important thing that I have learned, and the one piece of advice that I want to give to you today, is to embrace who you are. It took me almost 35 years to embrace who I am, to cherish my beliefs, and to understand that sometimes I see the world in a very different way than most other people. So I ask you to save the time. You are all unique, and you all have something very special to give the world. So do it, and do it now. There is more change happening, more availability of ideas and technology than ever before. So embrace this opportunity and trust in yourself. I am so proud to be a Fort Lewis graduate. It has absolutely made me who I am today. The life perspective that Durango gives you and the education that you've received is one of the most unique experiences available anywhere. You are joining almost 30,000 other alumni. You are also joining an amazing group of friends and family that you can lean on for the rest of your life. I am so excited to be the first to welcome you as the graduated class of 2017. I am so proud of you and your future accomplishments. So friends, family, faculty, students, are you ready to celebrate? Let's all stand and welcome the class of 2017.
At this time, would you take your tassels off if you would like to save them, and take your caps off. Family, get your cameras ready. And on 1, 2, 3, go! Would the audience please be seated at this time? And just a few more moments of patience. You may be seated. You may be seated. A reception for the graduates, their families, friends, faculty, and staff will be held immediately following in the Student Union Plaza. We ask, please be patient and remain in your seats until the platform party, the faculty, and then the students have left the building, so the faculty may form a line and greet the graduates as they emerge. Thank you. the singing of the alma mater.
Fort Lewis College, our alma mater dear, we sing of pride and honor, our thanks from far and near, our glorious tradition, community so true, with loyalty and service, we pledge our love to you.
Thank you. The platform party will now recess.